I know people who have run the New York City Marathon. They always bring it up. They're like, yeah, I ran the New York City Marathon. I was asked, did you win? No, but I finished. What place you come in? I don't know. Sounds like you came in last. Really, what you're saying is you lost the New York City Marathon. If I were you, I wouldn't bring that up.
Return Nation, we are back and better than ever with a new edition of the Weekly Rundown. It was an exciting weekend, and we've got results from the Rocks and Roots Trail Series, Black Canyon 100K, Jackpot Ultra, and more. We'll tell you all the news you need to know, and we'll take a look at your fun activities on the world of Strava. So let's get into it. Did Paul Barty run his weekly half? Was it with David or Hugh? Let's find out. Wes, what do you got?
What's crack-a-lackin', Ridge Runner Nation? Paul Barty. That's all you have to say, because he did it again. The weekly half marathon, part with H, featuring a beautiful sunrise. Look at these beautiful photos. Oh wait, there are no photos? Paul didn't take any photos of the beautiful sunrise and decided to enjoy the beauty in the moment? Paul. What a selfish guy he is for not sharing the moment with the world. You know what, Paul? You can keep your sunrises to yourself, and I'll continue to rise after the sun rises and do my own thing. We'll see you next week, Paul. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, am I right? Well, that is not the case actually at the Jackpot Ultra, which is located just minutes away from the Vegas Strip. This was the 7th year of the event, and they have basically every distance imaginable. This race was loaded with Ohioans who were looking to escape the snow in Ohio. This was the 100-mile Road USA TF National Championship, and we had 2 Ohioans in the field. Connie Gardner was the 3rd place female, running 17 hours and 50 minutes. Well done, Connie. Emily Collins also towed the starting line, but ended up DNFing. If you would like to hear more about what happened to Emily at this race, check out our latest Ridge Runner live show to hear all about it. In the 50-miler, Akron resident Zach Van Heeler took 2nd overall, running 7 hours 34 minutes. Congrats to all of the Jackpot runners.
The Rocks and Roots Winter Trail Racing Series took place over the weekend. Overall, it was a pretty great day. Conditions started off a little chilly with a frozen course, but quickly turned into a muddy mess by the end of the day. Built by runners for runners, this course consists of 2 10K loops containing mostly single-track trail, complete with stream crossings and the occasional hill. Runners have a choice of 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50K distances. And in the 50K, first place went to Isaac Barnes in 4 hours 41 minutes. Tom Zakowski took the 2nd place spot with a time of 5 hours 3 minutes. And Charles Blankenbiller rounded out the top 3 with a time of 5 hours and 15 minutes. On the women's side, we saw Shannon Penwalde take the first with a time of 6 hours 33 minutes. Angelique Kamen-Gakwe snagged 2nd with 7 hours 19 minutes, and I'm sorry for butchering your name. Rounding out the top 3, we had Casey Athart just a minute behind 2nd place with a time of 7 hours and 20 minutes. This race was also loaded with Ridge Runner Nation members, both running and volunteering. Kurt Keener snagged the 4th in the 40K, and Jason Roop also finished the 50K. Also got to give a shout out to Brennan Whistler for volunteering.
The Black Canyon 100K took place over the weekend in Arizona, and for those of you that don't know, this race is a golden ticket race for Western states. The top 2 men and women both receive entry into Western this year. With that being said, you can imagine that the field was highly competitive, as it always is. The 2 men that ended up with the golden tickets were Hayden Hawks and Charlie Ware. The 2 women that ended up with the golden tickets were Camille Herron and Cecilia Flory. We did have one Ridge Runner Nation member who made the trip out west, and that was Jamie Fenstrel. Jamie claimed that it was the most suffering she's ever endured. Congrats, Jamie, for getting it done. The photos you took out there were incredible, and it probably was an epic experience. Cannot wait to hear all about it. And now it's time for our Ridgeline news segment. The first piece of news comes in from my boy, Punk. I've been following his life along for the past 9 years or so, and I was excited to see him finally deliver a big performance. Let's see how he did.
Punk looks very much like my Sadie Sue at home. Let's see what she can do. He can do, sorry.
Yeah, let's see if Punk can punk this. Here we go, into the weak pole. Punk says, I got this, let me go into that contact. Get to the backside of that jump.
Go, Punk.
There we go. Watch that tunnel, nice. There you go. Good. Oh my gosh, they made that work. Doesn't matter how pretty it is, as long as you get through it clean. There we go. John.
10
There
seconds
you go.
clear.
Attaboy, Punk. Well done. This video might be my favorite video I've seen in the entire year of 2020 so far. Well done, Punk, and to all the other doggos out there that put on high performances at the dog show. I know I was watching very closely, and I was just really proud of my boy Punk for getting it done.
How far would you be willing to go to get your training in? There's one runner out in Wuhan who's been stuck inside his apartment for days during the coronavirus quarantine, but being an avid runner said he couldn't bear sitting down anymore and decided to create an 8-meter course in his apartment. He ran that course 6,000 times, putting a 50K in 4 hours, 48 minutes. I don't even know what to say about this. For starters, it's completely awesome and goes to show how much most of us care about running. I'm also surprised that he didn't throw up going in circles for 6,000 times, because I probably would have thrown up. Another interesting article, The Rise of Ultra Running, written by Jeffrey Stern on ultrarunning.com, showcases the rapid growth of the sport in recent years. In 2019, North America saw a 12% increase in finishes from 2018, with a total of 127,296 total finishes in 2019. 2019 also saw 28,000 individuals finishing their first ultra and a whopping 253 new races, bringing that total close to 2,500 races. This number just blows my mind. There are so many fantastic options, so get out there and go for a run. If you want to see more information, check out the article, the link's in the description below.
Now it's time for our Strava rundown. Remember, if you want to get noticed on the rundown, join the Ridge Runners Club on Strava by visiting the link below. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but it's been a while, so I had to really improvise in the moment with my dance move. I know that I've been missing that a little bit, but I'll come back next week prepared for a little more madness in the dance move action. We'll get some props involved for sure. Kevin Humphreys ran the Moab Red Hot 55K and took these beautiful pictures while he was out there. Nick Foss also ran the Red Hot 33K. Well done, guys. The real Ridge Runner Nation members will remember Gabe's birthday bash from last year, and it looks like he may have outdone himself this year. He ran 32 miles for his 32nd birthday, and he had basically all of Northeast Ohio running, parts of it, all of it, some of it with him as well. Congrats, Gabe, on the epic run. Congrats for turning 32 years old. But kudos to everyone else that was out there with him. Seriously, the names of the list on Strava, that's all I saw on Saturday. So hopefully everyone had fun out there. It looked like an epic time. Waylon Burke ran the Frozen Snot Race. This race takes place in the middle of Pennsylvania, and he claimed it was the most technical race he's ever ran. I've been exploring that area a little bit in between my trips back from Philly and Cleveland, and I can confirm that area is absolutely wild. Tons of rocks, tons of steep climbs. It is just a blast out there. Awesome work, Waylon. I hope the views were epic. Lastly, Chase Moore ran 16 miles with the Burning River Trail Enthusiast Group. For those of you that don't know, this group is loaded with experienced ultra runners, and they meet every single week on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Check them out on Facebook. I would have loved, really would have loved to give Tim Crow a shout out for being here and crushing this run, but it appears that Tim was missing. If anyone know where Tim Crow was, man, let me know, because I'm curious. I'm sure Burning River Trail enthusiasts are curious on where he was in the 16-mile run. So just want to make sure training's going okay for Ohio's Backyard Ultra in a couple weeks. So Tim, hopefully you can find our video here, and let us know where you were, because we really missed you on the 16-mile run that you did not participate in.
With that, thanks for tuning into this week's rundown from the Ridge Runners. Be sure to check back next week to stay updated on all things trail and ultra, mostly east of the Mississippi. In addition, subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that bell button below, I think it's over here. You'll be notified every time we release a new video. If you enjoy our shows, give it a share with your friend and hit that like button along the way. I'm your host, John Dolovecki, and that other guy is Wesley Harden, and we'll see you next week on the Weekly Rundown.